Hi guys, this is another video by Darklink Does Math. The content in this video is geared towards 6th grade math standards. These videos are public so that my students may access information easily, as well as anyone else looking for math help. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do not, I hope you can find what you are looking for elsewhere. There's a lot of information out there. Be aware that I am not perfect, so there may be the occasional mistake. I apologize in advance if this should happen. So today, we are going over lesson 3.6, real world problems, decimals. So we're going to have a mixture of word problems with adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing decimals. Our first example says, Megan jogged 3.125 kilometers on Saturday. She jogged 4.75 kilometers on Sunday. Part A, how many kilometers did she jog on both days? So, since we want both days, it's implied that we need to add. So when adding decimals, we need to remember that the most important thing is to line up our decimals. So we have 3.125 plus 4.75. So I made sure I lined up the decimals. Don't forget, if you have empty spaces, fill them with zeros. Next, start adding from right to left. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. 3 plus 4 is 7. And then bring down the decimal straight into your answer. Don't forget, if your number goes over 10, you will need to carry. And don't forget to add the numbers that you carry. On this example, we did not have any like that. All right, how many kilometers did Megan jog on both days? She jogged 7.875 kilometers, and the abbreviation for kilometers is km. Part B, what was the difference between the distances she jogged on both days? So difference means subtract. So we're going to start with the largest one, which was 4.75. And we're going to subtract the smaller distance, which was 3.125. Be careful that you line up your decimals. And again, if you have empty spots, add zeros. All right, we're going to subtract starting from the right and working our way left. Remember, when subtracting, we don't want any negative numbers, so if your answer would be negative, you will need to borrow. So 0 minus 5, I can't get a positive answer doing that, so I'm going to borrow from the 5, so I'm going to cross it out. It now becomes a 4. Where does the 1 go that we borrowed? Next to that 0, so it makes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. Next, 4 minus 2. I can do that and get a positive answer, 2. Next, 7 minus 1. I can do that and get a positive answer, 6. And then last, 4 minus 3. I can do that and get a positive answer, 1. Bring the decimal straight down, so it's going to be between the 1 and the 6. So what was the difference between the distances she jogged on both days? We're going to say the distance was 1.625 kilometers. All right, example 2. At a supermarket, a pound of almonds costs $3.90. So a pound costs $3.90. Aisha wants to buy 4.5 pounds, or 4.5 pounds, or 4 5/10 of almonds. How much will she have to pay? So our first step, we're going to think to ourselves, what do I want? And what do I know? So let's think. We have or know that 1 pound of almonds is equal to $3.90. We want more. We want 4.5 pounds. And we want to know how much is that going to cost. So the idea is, if I know what 1 pound costs and I want more of them, we need to ask ourselves, how do you go from 1 to 4.5? You'd get there through multiplication. So 1 times what is 4.5? Well, 4.5. What you do to one thing, do to the other. So if 1 times 4.5 is 4.5, we're going to take $3.90 and multiply by 4.5. So that tells us what we need to do. So what is our actual problem that we're going to need to solve? Our problem is going to be 3.90 times 4.5. So that's what we're going to do. Don't forget, you do not need to write unnecessary zeros, but we're just going to do it anyways because I see it, and we'll see what it might do to us. Also, don't forget, you do not line up the decimals. Your goal is to line up your numbers. And again, you don't need to write that zero. I could write 3.9 times 4.5. I'm just feeling like writing it all right now. All right. First, we're going to multiply the 5 by all three numbers, and then we're going to multiply the 4 by all three numbers. So first, 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 9 is 45, so write your 5, carry your 4. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 4 is 19. I am done with that 5, done with that 4. Because we're in the second column and we're about to multiply the 4, I do need to put a placeholder 0 because I am now in the second column. My answer should start writing right here. All right, 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 9 is 36. Write your 6, carry your 3. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Next step, we're going to add them. 0 and 0 is 0. 5 and 0 is 5. 9 and 6 is 15. Write your 5, carry your 1. 5 plus 1 and 1 is 7. And 1 and nothing is 1. Now, obviously, these nuts aren't going to cost $17,550. That would be crazy. No almond is worth that. So we need to recognize that we have decimals or multiplying decimals. So how do you do this? Count how many digits are behind the decimal. I see 1, 2, 3. So we're going to move our decimal once, twice, 3 times. The decimal goes behind the 7. Now, one thing to keep in mind. The answer is not $17.550. Why? Because we do not write money like this. Money is supposed to have 2 digits behind the decimal. So we need to round. So the 0 tells you to leave the 5 the same. If it was 5 or higher, that last 5 would become a 6. But because it's 0 or 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, we're going to leave the number in front of it the same. So what is our answer? How much will she have to pay? Our answer is she will have to pay $17.55. Again, do not write that third number. That's not how you write money. Our last example. A caterer sliced 6.5 ounces of cheese into pieces that weighed 1/2 ounce each. How many pieces of cheese did the caterer slice? Or slice, not sliced. Well, what kind of problem is this? Well, we have a block of cheese, 6.5 ounces. What are we doing to it? We're slicing it. So slicing is kind of the same as dividing it up. What are we dividing it up into? 1/2 ounce slices. Again, we are slicing it, and that's our division. So 6.5 ounces, slicing it up into 1/2 ounce each. So we have 6.5 divided by 0.5. We're going to do long division for this. So 6.5 goes inside. 0.5 goes on the outside. Now we don't divide by decimals. So let's move our decimal to the right and count how many times it takes to get there. Just once. Now what you do to one thing, you always do to the other. So we're going to move the decimal on the inside one place value to the right as well. And then we're going to bring it up immediately and do our answer. So instead of doing 6.5 divided by 5, we're really going to do 65 divided by 5. All right, 5 will divide into 6 once. 5 times 1 is 5. Next step, subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. Fourth step, bring down. And repeat. First step, divide. 5 will divide into 15 3 times. 5 times 3 is 15. Third step, subtract. 15 minus 15, 0. Fourth step, bring down. I have no more numbers to bring down. Now, when dividing decimals, you need to keep going until you have a remainder of 0, unless it repeats itself. No numbers to bring down, and make sure you fill up all spots on top, which we have done. So we are ready to write our answer. How many pieces of cheese did the caterer slice? We're going to say the caterer sliced 13 pieces of cheese. I hope this has helped. If not, I hope you can find what you're looking for elsewhere. Y'all have a great day.